Hello, Mr. Evans and class. My name is Amanda Rogers Lincoln, and I'm here to talk a little bit about how this assignment has made me realize the essence of learning and researching the history of my major. You know that some people says that they want to be something but don't know what classes to take. This is why they change their major so frequently. But as far as myself, I'm sure I will grow as it did in the 18th and 19th century. You know, out of my research, I read that there was a woman whose name is Florence Nightingale. She was the one who tried to better the ability to help the people by trying to show hospitals the proper way to care for the injured in a clean environment with good nutrition. Miss Nightingale was also a daughter of a rich British family. She wrote a book of 136 pages on the correct way to do healthcare for her curriculum and her school and other schools that was already established. Upon my research, I've learned about the first school that was opened in the United States in the 18th century. It was Boston. And also New York passed the first state law that required practical nurses to be licensed. I feel as though that was an appropriate way so that things will be official because there are enormous amount of jobs that particularly pursue this major. For example, the choices that I made for myself is hospice nurse, psychiatric nurse, and most of all, nurse educator. Because the choices that I made of those nurses' fields is because I have family members that I had to deal with and take care of. I took care of my grandfather, who lived to be 104, that was in hospice. As far as the psychiatric nurse, I have two sons who has bipolar and paranoid schizophrenic. The nurse, as far as being a nurse educator, that will be my final stomping ground because as time going on, as I learned the responsibilities of being an RN with the skills of those choices, I could become a great nurse educator so I can be able to educate the patients as well as the nurses. I can be a nurse consultant for nurses to open and run their own home health services as far as responsibilities. I don't feel that that will change for patients, but the knowledge and technologies that the nurses come with and the equipment and procedures that scientists have will change as diagnosis and cures come about. So therefore, I feel like, I've always said that I wanted to be a nurse ever since I was young. I really wanted to be a nurse educator and stuff like that because me, my son, and my daughter, they finished college and they into their masters and stuff like that. And our goal is to try to open up a family practice. And as far as us trying to figure out, doing the research in the family practice and stuff like that, we learned about the programs that's available for me in the career that I chose. And I want to let you know a little bit about those three programs as I learned. There's three programs that are available for registered nurses. They are Associate's Degree of Nursing, the Bachelor's of Science in Nursing, and Diploma Program. The Associate's Degree of Nursing program, it allows me 2 to 3 years and offered at junior and community colleges. It also combines within the scope of services of a hospital training. And I'm real good in hospital training because I've always worked in the hospitals. And once I finished with my associates of nursing, I was going to look forward into going, for my bachelor's of science in nursing. It offers at colleges and universities, and it takes 4 to 5 years to complete. But as we doing our family practice, I will be continue my education with that, the BSN of nursing. And then the last and final thing that we found out in regards to that is the diploma program. They offer that at hospitals and typically last for 2 to 3 years too. Periodically, nurses are, required to graduate from approved nursing programs and pass the state and national board of exams. So therefore, it is important that bachelors and nurses pursue higher education in order to be eligible for promotions to supervise and higher paying roles. That's the whole purpose of me following a step-by-step process of me. I'm 43 years old, and I've been raised that it's never too late to continue an education. And then as far as like some of the organizations that support the roles and, being an RN, I've learned that the National Student Nurse Association is a good association. American Red Cross. Everybody knows what American Red Cross do for the people. And also, I did a little research in the American Psychiatric Nurses Association. That was a specialty organization where, they support the field of nursing a whole lot, because in nursing field nowadays, it's always going to be different jobs and something to do as far as mental health and things like that, because I've realized that it's a lot more mental situations than you can imagine. And I also, realized and felt that the organizations, they provide the education and programs to our healthcare field a whole lot. And I really appreciate that, due to me having family members that, deal with mental. And they do so by, doing the, hosting the educational conferences, offering books, peer reviewed publications, and other materials to our healthcare professional. And, that's what I found out in my research of my, wanting to be an RN. And if you have any questions or concerns, you can contact me by email at amandalincoln@yahoo.com. Thank you, and I really appreciate the time that you spent to really listen to my lecture. It really means a lot to me, and I really do appreciate this assignment, Mr. Evans. And you have a blessed day.